Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Diz Unlimited podcast. Thank you for joining us here today. I am Rhino, and joining me for our Disney news and discussion, we have Dreams Unlimited travel agent Hannah Anderson.
Hello.
Diz theme park correspondent Chloe Ferreira.
Hey, howdy, hey.
It's just us today. Teresa was going to be here, then she said no. That's okay. That's okay. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip. You help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, for a free, no obligation quote today. If you're looking for another way to support us besides booking a vacation for Dreams, well, we've got a Patreon set up, and over there, you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, like myself, Hannah, or Chloe. That is patreon.com/DizUnlimited. And for all of our Patreon supporters in the $5 and up tier, just letting you know that we did do our Patreon show before we started this show. So if you didn't get that notification when this is over, you can go back, watch that one, and hang out with us a little bit. Yes. So how's everybody doing today? I already know because I already talked to you. You know, the people listening and watching might want to know.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How
you doing?
How you doing?
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired today.
I had a spring cleaning of a weekend, so I'm a little emotionally and physically exhausted from that. And then we had the time change and
Spring ahead? No thanks. Fall back? I'll take two.
Yeah. I agree.
Fall back all the time.
Yeah, we were talking about, so we got back from Disneyland very late Saturday, technically Sunday, and that time change, it wasn't even on my radar. I completely forgot about it. And so it was like, the time switch literally on our way home from the airport. So I slept very late on Sunday, and I feel like just today, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like myself again.
That Dramamine takes me out, and I swear it's like a tranquilizer. I can't recover. It's hard to
So
recover
funny.
in the time zone change. But I'm also looking to do some spring cleaning this week. Do you know what I bought yesterday in a way where I was just like, I'm treating myself to this? T-shirt folding board.
Wait, I thought you already had one of those.
I thought I did too. I can't find it, but I have
Yeah.
one of the just like a board. Like
Yeah.
a cutting board, basically. I got this other one, though, that's the one that folds out. And it looks like a transformer that eats your shirt.
Ooh. I got to test that out.
But
Wow.
yeah, my goal.
Did you get it from the Gap?
Yeah, really.
Did you get it from the Gap? No, but I have been watching old Gap commercials because they're
Wait,
very
what?
comforting.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, when I was in high
Fall
school.
into the Gap?
No, when I was in high school, they were doing all the West Side Story ones. So they would do
I don't know
the
if I remember.
boy, like then they would do Mambo because it was jeans versus khakis.
Oh, I remember that.
So it was all that, yeah. And
Okay.
then, well, you know what? Did you see that newer commercial where they're doing the Khalees? You guys haven't seen that?
No,
Oh
it's a
my
Gap
God.
commercial?
Yeah.
They like their percussion.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours, and it's like a khaki commercial
Wait,
again.
what?
Google it right now.
Wow.
It's so good. It's so good. The choreography. It's
Oh,
this, like, thing with their
yeah.
arm, and they're like,
Get
but the way they filmed it is
Chinos
cool
from the
too.
Gap.
Wait, that came out like last August. How have I not seen that?
Well, I don't know. You guys just aren't in tune like me. You're not
Yeah.
like
We don't watch commercials
You're not
like you.
taking the right. You're not going the right routes. Got her. You're
Well,
not
now
down the
some Gap
405 to the whatever.
The Californians.
Yes. Oh my God.
We all gotta go look in the mirror together at the same time.
But I don't. I think it's because when we were in California, I like to have the TV on, and it's the only time I watch TV with commercials because otherwise I didn't have cable until like I cut cable in like 2007, and then now we have it again because it's offered in our complex, but I forget and I don't turn it on because why
Yeah,
would I
I
do
never
that?
do.
I'm paying for all these streaming services.
Yeah.
But like watching, first of all, the quality of commercials lately has taken a huge dive. I was
yeah.
like, my God, we could make most of our Diz Unlimited videos look better than the average commercial that is on television, which is, I'm not saying like, oh, ours look like poop, but they look, I was like, wow, we do some good work out here. We're doing work that could be on television. That's what I was thinking.
You
Like,
are.
Yeah.
no,
Me,
there
not
was
so
some where I
much.
was like, are they just letting Instagram influencers make literal commercials now? Because it was like weird. It was bizarre to me, and I was like, I am in the wrong business. We need to start making commercials.
Maybe, although I feel like all the ones we saw were for things like catheters. I don't know.
It was a lot of medicine commercials. A lot of medicine commercials. Yeah.
So I don't know
the
if I'm-
Super Bowl
I'd
commercials
like to
were
see it.
AI.
Ew,
Yeah.
gross.
About
No.
AI.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Yeah.
a Gap commercial. That'd be cool. Hey, did you guys see the Love Story show on FX about now? Because it's like 90s minimalistic fashion is trying to come back. So that Calvin Klein.
I watched the Gap commercial, Hannah. You are way behind.
Well, I'm just saying, I think you should probably get some Gap jeans and some
No.
neutrals, and
Here's
it's
the
coming
thing.
back.
I am 41 years old, and I still will buy my jeans in American Eagle. I know they're not
good
necessarily
jeans.
a better company. It's just because they make the spandexes in them. And yeah, I'm sorry, Gen Z. I'm not doing it. I'm not bringing back a loose leg. I'm not wearing my Jinkos under the bridge doing my rave. I don't like a loose fit jean. I want a jean where if I kneel, it is going to go with me and not just be like, oh, sorry, he got stuck a quarter of the way down in his jeans.
Yeah.
Or they ripped. I mean, I do. Here's a fun fact before we dive into more Disney related stuff. I have thick thighs and they rub together and I
Quit trying to talk
burn.
about your thighs.
I basically, if we're on a deserted island and you want to start a fire, I'm gonna
Walk,
do
your
some
power walk like you're in the
bicycle
mall.
kicks
I got 2 words for
and
you.
get you guys to put a little banana leaf down there.
Mega Babe. Have you heard of Mega Babe?
No.
It's a
Sounds personal.
chafing stick, and it
No,
works wonders.
I do a little kiss of deodorant on the thighs down there,
Okay.
just so everything all smells
Kiss,
good.
kiss.
Yeah.
But also Loom, and then because I run, I always lube the inside of my legs because the worst thing on planet Earth that can happen to you,
It's catching fire while
diaper
you're.
rash. And
In the
I
middle
feel
of
like this
Magic
is our
Kingdom?
commercial. Yeah, this could be our commercial.
Oh yeah, there you
For
go.
Disney. All you people out there planning a Disney vacation, whatever Chloe just called it.
Mega Babe.
Oh, I thought you were
Body
just calling me a
Glide.
name. But Body Glide, not to be confused. Wait, is it Body Glide or?
That is a brand.
There's
or
also
like a,
there's also
yeah,
a
but
it's
are
also
you sure
Bond.
it's Body Glide
Yes,
and
I'm
not?
positive. Yeah, because you used to have to buy it at like a academy, like a sports place.
Yes, but I get that confused with.
You didn't have to out yourself like that. Yeah, it's called Body Glide. Actual Body Glide.
Okay, thank God.
And it literally is like it's the stick of deodorant. I don't know. Maybe you can do other things with it. Okay, I'm not.
Oh no, I've made a huge mistake before. Did you find it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I need to.
Anyway, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're packing for a Disney vacation, right now, the humidity is creeping back in. It's getting really hot. I made the mistake. I went for a walk the other day. I got a little bit of chafing going on. I'm going to give you two tips, 2 things here, okay? 1, Body Glide.
Okay, sorry.
Did you find the other thing?
No,
Why are you keep giggling over there?
In my Google search, it's a very long Reddit thread that says, "Am I using Body Glide correctly?" And I can almost confidently say, probably not. It's a very long thread.
Oh my.
Yeah, so it's good stuff.
Oh, I know what it was. The word body is the incorrect word. It's still called Glide. I ordered the wrong thing once.
Oh.
I was like, oh yeah, we need this thing. And I was like, oh, okay. And the wrong bottle showed up. And I was like, oh no. Anyway, if you're coming to Florida, Body Glide will be your best friend. Also, if you forgot it, deodorant right down there. I as somebody with a little bit of the thickness going on right now, Pair of Thieves makes the underwear specifically. I know this may be TMI for people, but we're here to help you plan a more pleasant vacation. They make a like mesh. It's like a temperature controlled. They keep like changing the names of it, but it's the underwear that they make that is the boxer briefs that are like a mesh material. I'm telling you right now, they're not cheap. It's like $13 a pair of underwear. It is the best investment I've ever made in my entire life. I will not go back to another type of underwear. They literally they're like cooling underwear too. So it's not like I put them on, I'm like, ooh. But then also I have literally, I mean, I'm knocking on wood. I don't I have not had a chafing issue even in the most humid of days. And I wear this underwear when I run now and all that stuff. So that's my big tip for all of you.
Cotton's
also,
always good. Also for ladies wearing like bike shorts under like a dress or something like that.
I can't do cotton.
Really?
Cotton is what cut my groin the other day.
Yeah, maybe not for that, but in general, cotton is good.
Yeah.
Or cotton for the ladies. I don't know, whatever.
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I hear that about cotton stuff, and I'll be like, it didn't work. It didn't. When I wear the regular, like a Fruit of the Loom cotton underwear, it's the worst. It cuts into my legs. Like it's like razor blades. That's an area you don't want to cut in while you're here at Walt Disney World, especially. But.
There's your commercial.
Well, moving away from my groin and into the news.
Good.
I feel like that was a good segue, but yes, actually, I see it in the chat here. Arm & Hammer makes a chafing stick now, too. There's a lot of chafing sticks out there. I'm telling you right now, it should be like the Sandy Fanny. You lifting weights over there or something?
I know. I'm so sorry. It's my big A water bottle.
In your fanny pack that you're packing for your park day, you want to have Lysol wipes. You want to have hand sanitizing wipes. You want to have hand sanitizer. I like the kind that is, I can show it to you right now. It's right here on my backpack. But I like the kind that it's like natural, so it doesn't have that sticky after residue to it. And you're also going to want, it's Purell Naturals. Okay.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Right here. You're going to want to get yourself a stain stick. I don't know how many times these animals have used this stain stick over here. I got the wet ones over here. I like the fresh scent is good. The tropical one's nice too. Don't get the Purell wipes. Do not get the Purell wipes. They just like foam, and I don't like that at all. And then you're going to want to get yourself these Clorox wipes. This is for your tables when you go into Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, eating off a dumpster, wherever you are, anything
on the
like
plane.
that. Yeah, one for the hands because hand sanitizer is not as clean as using a wipe. So every now and then you need to use one of the wipes, but then also sometimes you just need the hand sanitizer. And then you're going to want to get yourself a little, Body Glide does make it about this big, a tiny little thing to help you out.
Little deodorant while you're at it. Hey, guess what? I'm a proud member of the Sandy Fanny Club now, too.
Hey,
look at that. There she is.
Yeah.
Look, it's jingling with all the medicine in there.
I was going to say, I like to always have, and they're not in here because I was moving my bag around, but the travel size Tums now. Hannah turned me onto that.
Life. Yeah.
Those, I like to do a little vial of the Tylenol if it's going to be a long day, just in case we don't want to have a migraine or a headache while we're in the park there. And I put a liquid IV. I do sugar-free. The sugar one sometimes hurts the tummy. You don't want to be doing that in a theme park. Gross. Talk about that. Maybe it's okay because you got your wipes. I don't love it. So...
Does anyone?
Those and I'm trying to think. I always put mints in there because, girl, you're going to be dehydrated and we don't want that dumpster mouth. So a little thing. I like to get the Lifesaver mints because they're individually wrapped. So those are always good.
Tasty.
Yeah. And a little pick me up.
Hey, can I share something really quick? It was the first time I had ever utilized this in the park. Owen needed Tylenol, and so I went into First Aid at Hollywood Studios just fully expecting to buy him children's Tylenol. And no, I just I like signed my name in, and literally they just gave him the syringe of children's Tylenol for free. Like, no big deal. I was in and out in 5 minutes, and I thought that was a really good tip. So I'm sure that they do that for other items that you need, but I think in a pinch I was pleasantly surprised. I fully went in there expecting to buy a bottle, and they just gave it to him. We were on our way. Nice.
The liquid, I don't just do the liquid IV too. I also bring 1 Celsius, like a little liquid, just powder. In case. I don't know. I'm trying not to drink or take those as much, but it's my Costco receipt fell out of my fanny pack. But the also I recommend, they're like deodorant sticks. You should be bringing a deodorant stick, so maybe get a little travel deodorant stick. Native makes really tiny ones. I do Degree, but whatever. Native's good too. Always have one of those. And then I know this is trashy, but Axe body spray makes a flat. It is like a credit card sized sprayable thing that you can get in a travel section pretty much anywhere. I bought a ton of those because they were literally $1. And yes, it's Axe body spray, whatever. Get the Apollo one. That's the one I use. It smells like nightclub and in my early 20s, and I'm okay with it. It's sentimental. But when I'm just saying, if you're spraying yourself with one of those, also in the heat of the summer, I'll actually go into the baby aisle and I'll get baby wipes, not the things you're wiping the butthole with, the stuff that, because some of those sometimes have like chemicals and things like that in it, but it's in that area. You're going to want to look for the one that says 99% water or whatever. So it's just a water wipe. But when you buy them in like baby section, the same with the deodorant sized sunscreen, the kids one, it's the same as the adults. It's just cheaper and there's less chemicals in it. And so like those are what I do. But that water wipe in the middle, the dead of the summer, across the back of your neck, across your forehead, I'm telling you, it's gonna bring you back to life to be able to experience these parks a little bit.
I gotta tell you one last thing. I was influenced to get the mineral powder sunscreen that you put on like makeup, and that's been a game changer because it packs up super small, and for kids or even for me, it's just like so much easier to apply. And like if you are wearing makeup, you don't feel like you're like slathering it across your face. So I feel like I'm more likely to wear sunscreen because of it.
Yeah.
So I was influenced, but I agree.
Yeah.
I endorse it.
I'll try to think of a couple of things, because in the summertime I'm definitely like carrying more stuff. Like UV umbrella will change your life 100%. Don't worry about looking stupid. Other people are going to have them here.
A rechargeable fan.
A rechargeable fan. Chloe's right. She's used my rechargeable fan quite a bit. I mean, she brings like 6 one too. Now. Yeah. I'll tell you, it was Carly when I was at like the Velocicoaster thing or something, and she had one, and I was like, I ordered it that night. It is a rechargeable fan. Sometimes you just need that little hit of air. But also, I always travel on an airplane with it now because I don't know how many times I've been like bored during boarding.
You're waiting
until it takes off. It just heats up, and everyone's got the windows open. And you're more likely to get motion sickness when you are overheating. Yeah. So that's one of the, I can't recommend those.
Well, viruses also thrive on humidity and heat. So
yep. Yeah. So it's one of those like pack that, bring that everywhere with you. But yeah, if I think of other stuff, I'll throw it in the comments of this video or something like that. But just little tips to help you experience a little bit better of it. I know that was a digress from what we're actually talking about, but I am glad. Actually, I see it in the chat here right now. See, look at this. The live chat is really helping us out here. Liz in here is recommending the Trader Joe's facial sunscreen. That is what I have. It goes on really light. It's not it. Everything always says non-greasy, and I don't know you guys, but it always feels greasy to me. This one feels the least amount of greasy. It does feel like it's going on greasy, but it feels like it's more in the like once it's on, it's fine. Yeah. But yeah, not the rechargeable fan that goes around your neck. Although there is one when we're talking about rechargeable fan. I like the handheld ones because I can set it down on a table. I can throw it in the bag, whatever. Also, I don't like to have extra things on my neck, really. And if you're going to do anything on your neck, I'd recommend one of those like little towels that you can wet.
Towels, yeah.
Yeah, but they do make one of those neck fans now that has a metal plate in the back of it, and the metal plate is chills. Is part of the battery thing.
And it reprograms your brain.
Well, the thing is that when you are having a heat stroke, I learned this as a cast member, is that like you're supposed to be applying the cooling stuff to your wrists, to your neck. It's like anywhere that you have a, I can't remember, but
pressure point.
Yeah, it's like all those. If you can cool those places, the rest of your body will follow.
Your head especially. Like, that's why you wear, when you're cold, you wear a knit hat, or a baseball hat even keeps you warmer. What happened?
Nothing. Hannah is lifting weights over here again and again.
Clashing those weights down.
We'll never be on television at this rate. Okay. Well, if anybody has any questions about anything else we'd recommend for trips or anything like that, definitely let us know. And we can do another discussion episode on that as well. We just had some time. I thought this, as we digressed, I thought it was a good idea to talk about this because the summer, she's here. It's like 90 degrees today is what the high is, and I think it's so messed up.
It's nice snow in your winter.
I know, for real. When everyone's like, it's so cold, I'm like, shut up.
I know.
It's unbearably hot here 11 months of the year. Let us have one cold month. My God. Okay, so since Josh D'Amaro, in just 1 week and a day's time, as of recording this, is going to be the new CEO of the Walt Disney Company, people have been wondering who's going to take over his spot as chairman of Disney Experiences. Well, now we've gotten word, it's leaked, I guess. It's still an anonymous sort. But Bloomberg is reporting that it's going to be Thomas Mazloum, who is the current president of the Disneyland resort. And he's only been president of the Disneyland resort since like March 2025. So it seems like, I don't know, the same thing happened to Josh. He wasn't president of the Disneyland resort for that long. And then
it's like
he
a
moved
stepping
to
stone.
Yeah.
But Mazloum's been all over significantly for Disney Cruise Line. And he was also working in operations at Walt Disney World too. So I feel like they kind of like go around and get a little experience around the company, because he's been with Disney for I think like over 30 years, just like tomorrow. So
well, and I know like Ken Potrock also, who went to be Disneyland Resort president, is now he's like the charge of like integrating experiences, whatever that new position was,
the sports one.
And it was the same thing. It was like the same thing for him. Like he was president of Disneyland for a little bit longer, I think, but. It is interesting. It feels like once you become the president of the Disneyland Resort, is that the next step into the larger corporate, being? But I know Jeff Valley was also one of the names of the president of Walt Disney World, was also one that was being considered too. But it looks like, I feel like once they start reporting on it this way, unless there's some twist, it's an anonymous source, but
this would have been my guess from the get-go. His experience with the Walt Disney Company is pretty wide-ranging. So domestically speaking, he's touched everything, including when he was over Disney Signature Experiences. He was there during a very pivotal time. So he led things like Golden Oak and Adventures by Disney and Nat Geo Expeditions.
And all those new ships, right? Like all the new
ships announcements. So all the growth with Cruise Line. Also things like Story Living. So he's had this like really wide experience. Also, he started at the beginning with Disney Cruise Line. And I feel like that group of people, a lot of them unfortunately are starting to retire, but that's like a core group of people who are like, have pretty much stayed with the Walt Disney Company that entire time. So I think like all of those things combined, even just like having a hand in the Disney Institute, like I feel like he was like primed and ready for this role. And I know, just like from very limited experience, I like have only heard good things about working with him, and he's super personable. So he kind of gives, I feel like, some of that Josh D'Amaro vibe a little bit. Like he's one of those guys who like wants to be part of things and wants to shake your hand and wants to come to like all the events, even though he probably doesn't have to. So I think he's a great pick for it. I like that he has experience in other things than just the parks, simply because we have a lot going on right now. So you think about all the projects that are upcoming and the way Disney Cruise Line is expanding and a new park in Abu Dhabi, and just there's all these other things happening. So feels like we've got two good park guys leading the way right now. So I'm happy about it. I don't see a world where this is not true.
Yeah, I agree too. Especially, not that I don't have faith in Jeff Valley from Walt Disney World. I feel like this is a little bit of a better fit for right now with everything that's going on. And now the question is, though, who's going to be the new president of Disneyland? Because Disneyland's also going through a lot of changes with
Disneyland Forward. That's a big, that arguably is their largest, I would say most complicated expansion that they've ever had. I know they built the theme park in the parking lot, for California Adventure, but this seems like so much more with like absorbing these other areas and things. Like, how's that going to work? And, I don't know. Is it going to require an extra person? Is that, what I mean? Like, does that need another person supervising not just the resort and its runnings, but also this other major construction or expansion sort of a thing? I'm very much looking forward to the Disneyland Forward. But,
Are you now?
I am. You know what I look forward to the most? Avatar. No.
I'm looking forward to the Coco boat ride.
I know. You know what's crazy is even on this trip, I was like, couldn't even tell you they were building it. Yeah, don't even know. Didn't see a crane, didn't see a thing. Yeah, it was like, it's so weird. And then thinking, this park will soon be torn up and ripped apart because of this other stupid Avatar thing. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I'm ready to sign a petition for that. Just stop. We're good. Thank you.
I don't know. Jimmy says he's making the fourth one now, or he's starting to change his tune on that. But it'll be interesting to see. You make a good point. Do you think there's anybody in the company that a name that you would even see? Do you think Jeff Valley will go over there and be president of Disney?
Maybe. That's what
they've
Tomorrow
done the back
did,
and
right?
forth. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I could see that.
Maybe.
How long?
Then who would be here?
I don't know.
Jeff
Yeah,
was
I don't
a
know.
cruise line guy before that, so this could also be another succession plan.
Yeah.
He could be the next Thomas Mazloum.
I do foresee
little
a
bit younger.
future where they are passing around people a lot more regularly, every couple of years in order to have a thing, in order to create more tomorrows with experience in that sort of
Internal
way.
chefs,
So
rather
that it's
than hiring from outside.
Exactly. So they're
Yeah.
not kind of left. I mean, I'm not saying that hopefully Josh will be CEO for a while. I mean, hopefully he does a good job, and hopefully that he continues doing that good job for a while before it's a thing. But you know what I mean? It's like, I'd like to see more people. I don't think just the CEO needs those sort of experiences, though. It'd be nice that the other departments have that sort of on the ground. They're in the parks, especially with a Disneyland resort. I feel like those people, their feet touch the theme park ground a lot more than maybe the Walt Disney World ones, just because of the expansiveness of it here. But I'd like to see more of the VPs, more of the whoever, more of these integral people to the park experiences having these experiences, being familiar with cruise line and how it runs, being familiar with the parks. And I think that will create a better environment ultimately for all of us that experience these things, more fluid, more consistency, things like that,
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like right now I'm starting to feel there's a divide slowly being pulled apart between Walt Disney World and Disneyland lately. I know, like, you could say, oh, it's always been there, it's always whatever, but there is something, like, I'm feeling very, like, I feel like I go to Disneyland and I feel like there's a lot of consistency a lot of times. And like with Disney World, I feel like I'm seeing less of that. I don't know how to describe it.
I just feel like Disney World's been like put on the back burner, what feels
Yes.
like for past couple of years. I think maybe we're kind of coming out of it, but I think that really especially shines when you go out to Disneyland. Okay, so now I'm on like another like tangent here a little bit related to this. Is like, what's going to happen with DCL? Because Sharon Siski, senior vice president, retired before the end of the year. And then it's like we have a whole new brand. We have the brand new fleet. We have whatever's going on with the Disney Adventure. So now I'm looking at, Joe Schott is currently over Disney Signature Experiences. And then here's what's interesting is that he used to be a Jungle Cruise skipper at Walt Disney World, but he was over Shanghai Disney before this. So he's worked in the international parks too. So I don't know. Just I'm kind of curious. I feel like maybe a shakeup's coming.
I don't
Disney
know.
Cruise line related.
I mean, the last earnings report they had, they made it very clear that like parks and experiences are the guiding, are now the main event. And before I felt like 1 decade ago, it was parks were always secondary to the other lines of business, right? Like it was like movies first, maybe then this. And now I feel like they're like, well, these are the biggest money makers. So I really feel like we're about to get an injection into these experiences and hopefully, cool and interesting ways. I mean, not to say that like a Disney experience isn't already, the diamond experience, like, because it is the trendsetter. I think that's the thing too. We hold all these in such high regards because they are the ones that set the benchmark. There's no denying that. Like Universal's come such a long way, and they have made some incredible immersive lands. I mean, Epic Universe is absolutely. I love it. I think their areas over there, Isle of Burke, and Monsters, Super Nintendo, even the Potter area. The Potter area I think is the weakest, but the other ones are just so good.
Detailed,
and they're the thing where I feel like this is the next generation of the experiences that people want. But I still feel like Disney still holds that title of being like, we're setting this, and we're and these other places, thankfully, because this is where we win, are like rising to that tide, But it still is like, I'm really interested to see what Disney will do now to be like, we are still the benchmark. Like we are not just in terms of being like, oh, we built a ride or we built a land, Villain's Land or whatever, or this or that. I want the experience. That's what I feel like is I've been so focused on like Galaxy's Edge, all these things that have come out, Pixar Pier, stuff like that over the years that have been built and created. But it's like I'm now looking at it a lot more as the through line of the entirety of the experience. Like it's not, there's a lot of barriers that we didn't used to have. I think about that every time I go to Disney Springs or every time I go to any theme park here, is that the security is the first part of your experience. The parking is the first part. We got to figure out something going on with the parking lately too. It has been awful at every single theme park. Yes. I don't care. Nobody knows how to drive anymore. They need to start widening those spots or something like that because I cannot get out of my car anymore, ever.
It's crazy. I feel like
and they'll
just
be like,
a shift with
park here,
people.
park here.
Yeah.
You want me to park next to the car with the back tire that's over into my spot? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
I know.
So there's stuff like that where I'm like, this is the beginning of your journey into the experience, right? The guard that just points at me and points over here and doesn't say anything. Like, I'm sorry, what? I've never been here before. That's what I always say. I just pretend, they probably know, but I'll always be like, sorry, this is my first trip, no idea. Right. When somebody does something like that, because I really want them to be like, I don't want it to happen to somebody who it is their first experience. I don't think that's fair. People are paying all this money. It's not cheap. It is expensive. And I think it needs to be this thing, and I'm not fully knocking security because I've had some amazing security guards of late, but like it's these other elements that need to go through it, that I think need a closer examination too. Transportation, things like that, but who knows? We'll see what happens. It's just sort of like I look forward. Hopefully a lot more of this stuff gets put under the microscope in the same way that I feel like Disneyland does, because Disneyland is the media park. No matter what you want to think about it, it's where they're always filming something. It's where there's always something going because it's in Hollywood. It's where the talent lives. It's whatever. And so like that park does feel like it has a little bit more of a shine on it, a little bit more of a gleam, a little bit more kept up.
And it's right there by Imagineering campus.
Exactly. Yeah. And so they're like right there, and so like I'm looking forward to a little bit more like us getting that treatment, hopefully put under a microscope and being like, hey, this isn't really good. Yeah. This needs to be whatever,
Yeah, I feel like that's my hope is like things that don't necessarily sell, not e-ticket things, right? Like not something that sells a ticket or expanding Disney parks and experiences, but focusing on what we have. So kind of like what they're doing in Disneyland 4, but can we get some of that love here at Walt Disney World would be great. And I feel like they've tried, but just not really... like I think in their minds, like even things like building Flamingo Crossings and the college program housing and things like that, I think they're doing more than they actually are for the guest experience. And I feel like pass holders would be a good place to start because that's also part of, and I know we're probably like the worst critics, but that's also part of why Disneyland's so well maintained is because their pass holder community is so big and so involved. That I hope we get more reinvestment. But I do, I'm hopeful because I feel like some of the things that they're doing right now, like the Walt Disney Animation Experience at Hollywood Studios, I feel like that's kind of a park beautification, putting love into something that needs it. So there's some little things like that I'm seeing that hopefully will help. But we'll see.
I agree.
What were you going to say, Chloe? Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just what you were talking about before is, you like to say it's my first time. I don't really know. That's something that goes back to like Marty Sklar days where they used to tell their cast that you need to treat everybody like a VIP. Going also back to what Mike Eisner said when Josh Damar was first appointed, that they were taught that someone's day at Disneyland or Disney World is their first day, and you treat everybody like that. And I feel like they've gone away from that. So I'm hoping
this is going to segue. No, that's a really good point, and this is going to segue into an experience that we had at Disneyland that I want to talk about. That's negative, incredibly negative. One of the worst experiences I've ever had at Disneyland, and I'm not trying to just like be negative. I'm just trying to explain in the same realm of what you just said. Every guest should be treated like a VIP. Hannah and I signed up for so Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival is happening right now until like April. I cannot remember it off the top of my head. Until April 27th, I want to say. But as part of your, oh my God, my
April
YouTube thing sent me
27th,
off.
yes.
Okay, boom, nailed it. as part of your experience, and I have this pulled up right here, there are bookable experiences that you can do over here, okay? And one of those is a beverage education seminar that happens at Sonoma Terrace. These reservations are required. They're $30 a person, at least the one we did was. It says online they last about 30 to 40 minutes. They happen on the weekends mostly, so it's Saturday and Sunday. I signed up for one of these. I did and there's two more coming still of this same exact one. On the website, it says it gives you all these. There's education and tasting seminars. There's wine education and tasting seminars. And I thought they did. I guess they don't really do like food ones. But for the mixology education, one, we did what says labeled as gin for Carthay Circle Restaurant. There's one for tequila as Hollywood Lounge, whiskey for Lamplight Lounge, whiskey for Trader Sam's, and rum for Trader Sam's. So there's all these different things. That's the theme. That's the liquor you're going to get. So we signed up for this. It was Saturday at March 7th at 12 p.m. We go to sit down as we're sitting down in this thing, which first of all wasn't set up at 12. It was the first one they've done this season, so I'll give it to them a little bit. But we're just standing in the sun out here. It was really hot that day. And I'm just like watching them set up where I'm like, I'm not really sure why it took so long to set up, but it's okay. We go to sit down. All the placemats, as we sit down, she's like, this says pear martini. And I could hear someone say, I thought the pear martini was made with vodka. And then the whole thing says vodka everywhere. So I wait. I'm like waiting to see if someone's going to say something because I'm like, oh, this is wrong. And here's the thing. The pear martini is a signature cocktail at Carthay Circle. And a good one too. I'm not anti pear martini. However, I go to Carthay Circle, the lounge, every trip because they make the best gin and tonic that you can get anywhere. That's made differently. And it's got star anise in it. It's got mint in it. It's got I forget the other thing, but it's really
Cardamom?
Good. Yes, and I just did that thing I complained about in our Patreon show. I did the little lip
Sniffle,
click.
yeah.
Got myself. But so they make really good cocktails over here. If you haven't taken the time to do this, I do highly recommend it. You can do a walk up. You don't necessarily have to do the reservation. Do the app. Check the app when you're going. Whatever. Sit on the terrace. It's wonderful. You get some street atmosphere that comes by. So I was excited to do this because John also was like, he wants us to look into doing experiences more, like these bookable, these extra things. And I was like, that's actually a really great idea because I don't ever do any of those stuff and I never think to. But somebody who's coming here all the time, it might be something cool to do. And this one was affordable. So we're waiting to go sit down. We see it. It says vodka on the thing, on the list everywhere. I'm looking around. Our whole table is like, I thought this was gin because we're sitting with like 10 other people. So I'm waiting to see if anyone would say anything. There's like 7 managers in plain clothes over here. There's 2 cast members right near me. I go up to the cast member and I said, hey, do you know who the manager is? Do you think that we could talk to one of the managers over here? Because this class was listed as being gin, but there's only vodka on the table. And I was like, I just want to know what's going on with that. And so I go sit back down. I wait. The guy comes over and I was like, this is, so I was just like, hey, he was like, you had a question? He did not approach me very nicely.
Right.
And he was like, I said, yeah, this says vodka, but it says gin, that we're supposed to be in a gin class. And he said, can you show me where it says that? And I was like, well, it says it on your website. It says it on the event website and it says it on the ticket. And I said, I can show you all 3 of those, and I said, the description says this too. And the other people at the table said the same thing. And he said, okay. And he left and never came back. And
what?
The woman 3, so it was
never
like me,
came back?
Hannah, and then like a person and then a woman. He came over to say something to her because I think she said something too. I couldn't hear what he said to her, but he never came back to me. They just started the class. And they didn't say anything.
What?
And the guy came
the class
out.
That you didn't sign up for.
Exactly. The guy comes out, and he was super awkward. He was really nice, but he was just really, really... You could tell by his sunglasses it was going to be awkward a little bit. I don't mean to be rude, but he came out, and he started talking about...
What kind of glasses are they?
Girl, he started talking about Dragon Ball Z.
What
kind of glasses were they? You know the meme of the lady who called the police about the kids with the lemonade stand? They were made by her.
Oh, no.
Her personal life sunglasses.
Yeah, the Power Rangers wore them in the 2001 television show Power Rangers Time
I was
Force.
thinking Blade a little bit.
It was definitely
and he was talking about
Blade.
Dragon Ball Z.
That was all he talked about.
He was like, okay, it's the 90s, and you're sitting in your thing. And I was like, wait, are you promoting underage drinking? Because I'm like, yeah, in the 90s, I wouldn't be having a pear martini.
He was trying to talk about how like martinis had a movement in the 90s, but okay, maybe you could have made that point, but then it became the overarching theme of the entire thing. And I'll be honest, I had a problem with that too, because he didn't, I mean, the whole class was you're supposed to be learning. It was literally just, I mean, I know you'll get to it, but there was no educational piece of it. It was just him emceeing us making our own drinks.
Well, it literally, the website says, learn the secrets behind the sips as celebrated winemakers and Disney mixologists lead you through a 30 to 40 minute guided tastings. Okay. So, whatever. He then makes some weird comment basically where he's like, you all thought this was going to be gin, but basically you're all wrong. And like
he made it was like the tricks, the silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
That was
the joke he made.
Yeah, he's like, you remember the 90s and the tricks and the rabbits? And he's like, well, tricks on you. It's not gin, it's fine, or whatever. And I was like,
which also to me, okay, so you know what that tells me too is that
joke's on you, I'm getting a refund.
Right.
No, never offered.
No, nothing.
Nope. Not even acknowledged.
So that tells me that manager probably went over to somebody and was like, hey, make an announcement. So I'm like, cast member, deliver this news in a very passive way. I'm like, no, as a leader, you do not put that on your frontline cast member.
Exactly.
You get up there in your little black finance bro vest and you make an announcement and you fix it.
Yeah.
And it just bugged me because there were so many managers just staring at the class, and I'm like staring at them, and I went to take a picture and the guy ran away. And I was just, because I was like,
sounds familiar.
Oh, why?
When we did the Halloween party and it was rained out and all the managers that were standing around with umbrellas.
I know, with their
that
umbrellas.
Was awful.
Yeah, and we're just like standing out
and
there
they
in
were
the
like,
rain.
this is your choice. That's what they yelled over and over us during
and
the Halloween party. This is your choice.
Kind and like offering help to people in wheelchairs and insane.
So that was a big part of my problem is that all I needed was an acknowledgement. Hey, everybody, sorry about this. There was a mistake on the website. It's actually going to be the pear martini. If you'd like a refund, we can absolutely provide that to you. You're more than welcome to go now. If you want to stick around and do the class still, same price, whatever. Mm-hmm. Great. Okay, I would have stayed and done it.
Exactly.
That's what I was there to do. That's all it would. But I feel like it was like, well, okay, just do it, and as long as nobody complains, we'll be okay. and like, so I was like, we're going to guest relations when we're done, because everybody at my table, everybody was making other comments where they were like, where I'm so confused.
Gaslighting.
Not to mention that, because we also didn't learn a single thing. I have no idea, why is Carthay serving a pear martini? How long have they served a pear martini? What is the little pear called that we're using? Because it's a full-size pear. None of that stuff.
Genovian pear.
Genovia. Yeah. But it was all, when you look at the thing, the only reason I even know what any of the vodka was called is because it was on the thing, any one of the recipes or anything. So it's
why
all,
that vodka?
And it's all pre-measured. It's all whatever. So basically,
is there a different version of it I could make at home? Is there a different take I could make on?
What kind of shaker am I using? Because it's the cup and the thing. That's a different type of a shaker. They all have different names. We're using the strainer. We're using this thing. None of this stuff was gone over. And I'm like, okay, so basically I paid $30 to make my own $21.50 drink, because that's how much it is at Carthay Circle. I didn't tip myself. I should have, but and I didn't get anything extra out of it. But so I went to guest relations, and I just, I do that thing where I was like, hey, I'd really like to provide feedback on the class that we just did right now. They didn't offer a refund or anything, but the guest relations cast member, and I told him, I was like, I know this isn't you. I said, one of the things that bothers me so much is when I'm talking to you right now in your costume, and you have your name tag and you're here on stage, and I am watching these people dressed in regular clothes with their name tags staring at us and expecting you to do this when they are the ones who have the power to do this. And that, as I said, is ultimately my biggest problem, is that I was not apologized to when I brought up the issue.
Yeah.
And nobody even said, like, here are the options, because he even said, well, they didn't want to offer you a refund or anything. And I said, no, that was never offered to us or anything. That cast member was really nice, the one at guest relations. He was like, for your time wasted, can I do, he was like, I'll give you to, a lightning lane or whatever. And I was like, I can't, we got to literally get in the car to go to the airport right now. But I said, I'm also not really here to get anything out of this. I want you to know there's another one at 2:00. I feel like
surprise, it's pear vodka.
And they had texted me the tickets ahead of time. I got a text about it. So I was like, I know that they can text people. You should probably tell people it's not gin. And they should probably tell people for next weekend it's not going to be gin either. Unless it changes, I don't know.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think there is a gin class based on the reaction that he had. I think it's just pear martini every single time.
I think it's supposed to be pear, and somebody just messed up the website.
And somebody was like,
but it's still
martinis are
You
made
were
with
offered
gin.
a lightning
Weird.
lane when you couldn't even take advantage of it. That's what they offered you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a voucher for
I would have liked a churro. Just
Yeah,
a churro.
right.
Seriously.
Because I ended up stopping and buying a churro. So I as I turned and walked away, I was like, oh, I should have asked for a churro.
Give me a $25 voucher because that's like a premium lightning lane, whatever price. Give me a $25 voucher to go spend at snacks or gift shop or something.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry, guys.
I know. And I think it's like you said, they should have given you the option. If you want to stay, you have to pay for it. But if you want a refund, come on.
Feel free to get up and go. Yeah.
And then also, I mean, the biggest bummer, I feel like this is a thing that people are just like, oh, good, nobody complained. We can move on with our lives. But our day was completely revolved around doing that class. Like, we would have done our day and maybe some of our plans
we could have done rides
differently.
And stuff,
yeah.
Had we not made time to do that class. So it was just, And it's funny because everybody around us was just like, well, okay, I mean, it's a good martini, so I'm not, could be worse, but everybody left like shrugging their shoulders. Nobody had a good time.
I don't really think anybody enjoyed that class. $30. So
I mean, it's not much.
But still, it felt like I was swindled out of $30.
Yeah,
truly.
That's so strange.
I would have rather have gone to Carthay and just ordered the drink.
Oh, absolutely.
And enjoyed the ambiance and hung out. Because if I'm not learning anything new, who cares? So I don't know. I can't, after that experience, I don't know. It might be a different person. I'm not blaming the guy. He was a very sweet guy. It was just awkward. And I feel like there wasn't maybe a rehearsal or a script given to him ahead of time. And I think he just brain locked into this 90s Pokemon, whatever. He brought up Pokemon, I think, at one point.
Listen, he worked the room. He asked everybody there where they were from. He had an anecdote for each place. But, okay, so another beef that I have with this event is not only the 7 managers standing there, but there was a lady who came and introduced the class.
Yep.
And then you had the actual mixologist from Carthay Circle. So I'm like, this whole event probably was like, not even just the planning of this tasting event, the actual execution of this event.
Yeah.
I'm like, there were like 15 cast members there. And I'm like, you can't even remember if it's gin or a vodka martini class,
nobody
no
could double check the listing to make sure it's like, that was the thing too, is that clearly it doesn't matter. Sometimes that's the part where I'm like, I hate when you feel like your voice doesn't matter. It's basically the theme of my life, I feel like, lately. And it is like, this thing is just, I'm like, it's so simple, but I cannot stand when people take advantage of other people. And I'm like, you're taking advantage of people. Like, and you're just not forthcoming with the mistake is all. And so I was very turned off by that. It was a very bad experience. So would not really recommend doing these.
But the good news is, I will say everything that we tried at Food and Wine Festival, I thought was good, if not great. And so that's $30 you can save to go eat at one of the booths.
Or I am begging you, if you haven't done it, go to Carthay Circle Lounge, sit inside or sit on that patio and have a cocktail over there. Treat yourself to a couple minutes of just respite and enjoy and relax. We have a wonderful, they have Streetmosphere over there still. So a lady came up with a dog. She was holding this dog. It was Lady. And she was like, I rescued Lady, blah, blah, blah. We talked to her for like 15 minutes or something like that. She was so nice. It was just so cool. And I was like, what? I was so confused though.
Have her lead the class. I don't know.
Are you an annual pass holder?
Are you actually work? Do you work here?
But she's like the mail person going around in the cop, and I was just like,
oh, okay.
So she was one of the. There were
a
3.
Letter from the mail person.
Oh,
we didn't get to do that.
No, should have ran after her.
We just
scared
got
her into giving
letter.
it to me.
We just got a letter.
But I'm saying, like, use that money and have that experience on yourself. Invest in yourself. Enjoy your trip. Also, Hannah had her first Disneyland churro while we were there.
Your first ever?
And she says she doesn't like them because of Walt Disney World.
I was just like, I feel like I'm just now going to Disneyland enough to kind of branch out from my favorites.
Yeah.
And so, Disney World has burned me. I mean, I know it's a whole thing out there, but Disney World has burned me just enough to be like, nah, dog.
So did you try?
Yeah, I did. I loved it. It was fantastic.
Okay. I thought you meant like.
Well, and then the wild thing is there weren't that many seasonal ones. So then
No,
I was
there were
like
none.
I was like on my churro quest, and it was a short-lived quest.
And those churro carts, they close early toward the back of the park, along with popcorn carts. They like close. And basically,
Which
the only ones
get.
only 30 minutes after the park closes, and those are on Main Street, like at the end of Main Street.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy because you're also like, this is the cheapest and technically like one of the easiest things to make here.
Hey,
but truly, I got two. I ended up getting two. CJ was the one who got me into like wanting to do all the churros. But the best churro I ever had, I had with Chloe. It was the peanut butter.
Peanut butter chocolate marshmallow. Was the marshmallow one too? No, it was just
it was a fluff. It was a fluffernutter one. Yeah, so it had marshmallow and the peanut butter.
Best one I ever had was the cannoli one. I think it was Food and Wine 2 years ago. Oh my god!
I had a carrot cake one once that was pretty solid too. It was okay.
How could it not be?
The churro itself, I wish had been like a spice cake, and it wasn't. So that was
but
the
it
only
had cream
thing.
cheese frosting?
Yeah, but it had the cream cheese
There
frosting.
you go.
So I was like,
all right.
put it over. Yeah. But yeah,
Ooh, Mama is so hungry now.
You know what's weird? None of the 70th one. CJ and I had it while we were there for Pride, and I just couldn't find it anywhere. So that was weird. Like none of the. I feel like I'm so used to there being a million of these churro carts. I just couldn't really find them this time. So
that's how life goes.
I know the one in Frontierland and Critter Country. Not Frontier. Yeah, Frontierland, Critter Country, and New Orleans Square. Other than that, I don't know where.
We went to at least 2 of those, and they just had the regular churros.
I made sure she got her first one though at the one from the castle.
Oh, good.
In front, so
Yeah.
it was good. Next, the
Good.
chimichanga. Wait, have you had the chimichanga?
Yeah, actually, with you made me get it.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I
Okay.
had had
No,
the
the breakfast one.
No, I've had the breakfast one. I didn't.
I was like, I
well, no,
didn't
I
know.
tried the regular one with you for the first time, but I have had the breakfast, and the breakfast is my favorite.
Yeah.
I haven't had the breakfast one yet.
Girl, did you see that Gaston's cart has the garlic bread now with but they put
cheese?
eggs in it with a sausage.
2 little sausages, so you could
Yeah,
just perfectly cut
we
it down
didn't
the
get
middle.
we didn't get to that, and I was just like,
I usually go to the what's that little kiosk by
Edelweiss?
Edelweiss snacks. I usually get there's a bratwurst one or there's just the
I
cheese.
almost got
Oh my
that
goodness.
because the
Okay.
video will be coming out. I don't want to
Okay.
talk about it on here right now.
Hey,
What?
oh, go ahead.
Okay.
So excited.
The 70th, the after hours
hungry.
night that we did, it was very hard to find food.
Oh, yes.
And so I
Okay.
walked by Edelweiss, and I really should have turned around and just gotten something there. But
I've heard some stuff about that event. I'm excited to see.
oh, don't worry, it'll be in the
guys'
video.
Yeah.
There's a video that'll maybe come out later this week, or if not next week. But also, we did release a food and wine video that came out yesterday. If anybody's curious about that, and that was fun. We had a guest star in that video too that will be joining us in the future as well.
A new cast member.
Yeah.
I was just going to give a quick pro tip. If you're really
bear.
feeling saucy and you want to take your
Chloe's
garlic cheese
staring at
bread
me
to
like-
the next level, get your Edelweiss, your garlic bread, and then walk it over to Bengal Barbecue and put a skewer in that thing. And it's a sandwich, and it's so dang good. It's a little bit of effort, but if you're really like...
Where's that tip while I was starving the other night?
Well, because no, that stuff wasn't open.
Yes, it was. Both
Bengal
of them.
Barbecue was open?
Girl, they had the $20 ribs, and you were like, I don't want those ribs.
Oh.
And you were literally pointing them out as they walked by somebody, and you were like,
yeah.
Bengal
I don't-
Barbecue.
I don't
blah,
want
blah.
those ribs.
She
Yeah,
made us
right.
wait in line for 30 minutes for Jolly Holiday.
No, I did. Oh, that was me. Please, if you know anything about this man, he liked that.
It
super
was the
grilled cheese.
longest line I've ever waited for, but you know what? It slapped.
It's worth it.
It was good,
every
yeah.
time.
Yeah, always. So it's fine.
How much churro toffee did you bring back?
I
For me,
didn't because
none.
in my deep freeze, I still have 4. My deep freeze. Who am I? In my freezer, I have 4 pieces.
Okay, Ma Ingalls.
Yeah. I'm going to have to bring one of the pieces here, though, because I was like, I can't get through this. Now that I'm trying to eat healthier and whatever, convince myself I'm going to die every night in my sleep. It's a fun journey in my psyche right now.
Yeah.
I'm
Brain
having a
cell
lot of
silent.
trouble. A lot of trouble
Do we
lately.
want to talk about the mega ship in the room before we sign off today? Just to like
The mega
Oh,
ship. in the
ship.
room.
yes, the mega ship. Holy ship.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm
Just
going to take
touch
your
on
key
it.
away to the studio. I mean, I guess.
You sound so excited.
What do you want to
Yes.
talk about? Well,
Just
okay.
initial-
I don't have any
initial-
pictures or whatever. I haven't looked. I don't care. I know it's really. Oh, you're hosting this show. I'm not a host. You're facilitating this show, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I should care more about the Disney adventure. But I was like, there was too much at once.
Yeah.
But tell me what you
Well,
think.
Yeah, I mean, we've just seen photos online, and I know Jimmy and Fetty from our team are on the Sailing Now.
Stay tuned for videos that'll probably start popping up on this channel. Mm-hmm. But some videos have started popping up on the Diz channel, our other YouTube channel, youtube.com/@thediz.
Yeah. And I want to reserve, opinions for when I'm actually on the ship, maybe one day. But I got to be honest, I'm not loving it. It seems very...
It's no McDonald's for you.
It seems stark in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you that cozy, warm,
seems tight.
Classic ocean liner.
Yeah, it does, which is weird because it's a massive ship.
Yeah, some of the staterooms seem really tight, and I feel like they've kind of lost what made Disney Cruise Line unique, especially when it comes to staterooms. So I don't know. I feel like I've been questioning it from the get-go. Once I found out that this was like, Chapek's big project, and then they're continuing it because like, what do they do with this mega ship once they bought it? I don't know. There's a lot of areas that I'm just like, like I'm not dying to pay to go over to Singapore and experience it.
Because it's like 3 or 4 nights, right?
Yes,
yeah.
at sea, so you're experiencing
just
the
at
ship.
sea, yeah.
I'm such a big I don't know how you'd say this. I'm like a very picky person with lighting, and my own living spaces, where I am, like spending my time. Lighting is such a big deal, especially like theme parks. We know that lighting sets the tone for a lot of things, especially at night. But the pictures that I'm seeing of this ship, the coolest space is the San Francisco area, because obviously they're telling this cool story of like a nighttime, Japanese market. But everywhere else, I've seen some videos of people walking through hallways, approaching like dining rooms or going through the staterooms or common areas, and everything seems very too bright and stark. There's like an area that looks like a plussed up Disney Wish Grand Hall, and I'm not a fan of the Wish as it is. I didn't realize that the Imagination Garden is like their top deck entertainment area. So like your sailaway party, you're in this garden room. I didn't really realize how small the flat ride was going to be at the top of the ship. It's cool because like, hey, there's a couple of attractions on top of a Disney ship. I feel like this was, one of the very first Disney Cruise Line ship concepts ever was to make a floating theme park at sea. So this is like just touching that. But the Marvel theming and I don't know, it just doesn't feel Disney Cruise Line to me.
Yeah.
And it's missing the mark so far. So I'm excited to see more about it and hear more reviews from our team. But to be honest, I'm not in a rush. And it's weird. I was talking to Hannah about this earlier because like it's not very accessible for a lot of people. And I feel like a big thing for regular Disney cruise people, they check off, they want to make sure they hit all the ships to compare it. And I feel like the Adventure is already in its own category that many people aren't going to do. I can already hear it like, oh, I've done all the ships. Well, except the Adventure because,
Right.
But also just looks so different.
Yeah.
Size aside, it's the aesthetic of it is so different.
I just feel like in general, I've been underwhelmed by everything I've seen. And then kind of the interesting thing is I feel like I'm only seeing the same areas over and over again. And so I'm like left feeling confused because it's the biggest ship in the fleet.
Yeah.
And I feel like two things to your point. The areas are looking smaller than I thought they would be. And also I'm seeing the same things over and over again.
Yes.
So I'm like, is it all just staterooms? I am just a little bit confused about the layout and what is actually being offered. And also, I mean, truthfully, I didn't know a lot of these areas are open air. And so I think it does kind of take away from...
interesting.
Yeah. So it takes away from the control of like, being able to adjust lighting and
I know, and not all because I do know that show, whatever the show is that has Wally and Eve in it, is inside of a theater, right? I think the Avengers show looked cool though.
Yeah.
But apparently there's that Captain Jack Sparrow show is not going to be a part of it that they announced and showed and was performed on the cast member preview.
Oh, wow.
I believe. I have friends who were on the ship, and I think they saw it. So I'm like, but that was it, I think. So I don't know what happened with that. But
they were really touting that show.
It reminds me a lot of, I was just recently on one of the Royal Caribbean mega ships in 2025, and it reminds me of that because it's a huge ship. And there are some different activities to do than your typical Disney cruise, like more water slides and whatever. But I feel like the cavernous, like the Imagination Garden then it's kind of giving the Central Park that Royal Caribbean ships have. And then they have like the promenade inside that are multiple decks carved out to make it look like a shopping mall. And that's cool, but I feel like it's not what the Disney brand is known for. And so I feel like there are less spaces. I don't know. We haven't been on it, so we don't know.
I know. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I do feel like there's an element too that I am really curious about. I know I've been following Quincy for Disney Food Blog in all years, because she really covered like what it's like to travel there, and I would very much like to know what the experience is for an American tourist, especially somebody on the East Coast, what it's like to travel from there. And then I also want to know, and that probably, I don't know that it'll be covered or not. I have no idea. I'm not in the loop on any of that stuff. So, but I am curious, like that experience, because she was saying it was like 6.5 hour flight that they did to San Francisco, and then I think she said it was like 18 hours to Singapore, and then they stayed in that hotel that's in, I know it from Crazy Rich Asians. It's like the 3 building with the roof.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
But, you know, and I like follow Scott Gustin, and he posted that gardens area that's got like a Jurassic Park area. But I'm curious about the accessibility. So once you're there, you've made this 30-something hour journey. I really want to know like the accessibility to like to any Asian park, which would be the most accessible. Is it even accessible? Should we even be thinking about that? Or is this just literally somewhere else? I don't know about any of that stuff. And I'm very ignorant to that because I don't have a map and I don't want to look for one. But I just think
I'm curious about even the language barrier, because it's
through the process. Like when does it switch and how does it change? And
I know this is true of Disney Cruise Line. Like you select when you do online check-in your primary language. So I'm assuming like your dinner servers and things like that would maybe be able to accommodate. But even just like I don't know, I had this realization because like one video I saw, it was an American youth activities counselor. And so I thought about that too. I was like, oh, if you're bringing your child, like, you know, I'm especially in that secured programming area, like it's very interactive. And so I don't know. It's just like, I just wonder how many things are like translated into English, if at all. I don't know.
I don't even know how they do that in any international parks because I've never been to one. Someday I'd love to go see the new Paris stuff, but
yeah, I know, right?
So I was just looking at quick Google search of Singapore to Hong Kong, Shanghai, or Tokyo, and Hong Kong's the closest. It's a 4-hour flight. Tokyo and Shanghai are both 5 to 6 hour flights, so it's pretty far from.
Yeah, not super
the port.
close.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially for the way that I Disney cruise, I feel like there's not a whole lot of information out there just yet of like adult spaces. I saw the Palo. The Palo looks kind of cool. It's got like starry skies, very different from what any other Palo has. The Palo Trattoria. But yeah,
I was surprised that they.
I don't know what they are.
I guess I was surprised they even had one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think there would be one because there's one in every one, right? So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I literally haven't seen anybody even post pictures of food yet. I guess I just was like, I mean, I was traveling and doing work, so it's just one of those. I'm overloaded. I'm also trying to be better about, you know, having a, you know, being like, no, this is a day, work-life balance. So the other day I was like, do not even look at any of this stuff. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't live that way anymore. So, okay, I think that's gonna do it for this episode, just because we're gonna do a little bit much. I feel like there is someone in the chat here. This Hope. Oh God, jeez Louise.
They have a Tiana.
Is this the person we met at Disneyland? Hope Blair Mayers?
Maybe. At the after hours party?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they're asking me to read a description of the Bluey show, and I feel like they had me read the Main Street Electrical Parade intro.
Maybe.
And it was cute. It was really sweet.
Yeah.
It was this nice little. I almost say little girl. It was this nice girl.
Yeah.
You know, but
yeah, we're excited to see the Bluey show that comes out. So I'll be out there with Owen and Jackie's coming too. So we'll have some coverage of that. That premieres March 22nd at Disneyland. So it's in the Fantasyland Theater, and it's going to be a meet and greet and a show experience, and there's going to be special snacks. I think that's kind of all we know so far.
It says on the website, Bluey's best day ever, beginning March 22nd. Join Bluey and her sister Bingo for a fun-filled celebration with interactive games and live music. So, I mean, it looks cool.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cruise Line's doing something kind of similar, I think, where like you play games from the show. So you play Keepy Uppy and you play musical statues, the yes no button game. So I'd be willing to bet it's kind of like a similar experience to that. And I think that's a great way to experience those characters because obviously the demand is so high. So you get to see them and interact with them without just like getting in a meet and greet line and waiting. Plus, Keepy Uppy's the best. It's a cool game.
Okay, so like I said, that's going to do it for this, but we will be having stuff coming up from the Disney Adventure this week, so just stay tuned. It might come out at like weird different times than we normally publish stuff, just because there is a big time jump between here and there, and we just want to, get it to you as soon as possible so you can check it out. And I'm guessing like Jimmy or Fede or somebody will be in those videos. And so stay tuned to both of the channels, the Diz Unlimited and the Diz over there. And Hannah will be back out at Disneyland sooner than later to give us reports on how this Bluey stuff all comes out. So looking forward to that. And then also Hannah and I will have a video where we're going to break down our stay at the Disney's Grand Californian, but I wanted to wait until Hannah came back because when she goes for this event, she'll be staying at Disneyland and she's staying a night at Pixar Place. And so I want to see, you'll have stayed at all 3 hotels within a month.
Oh,
wow.
So
all right.
Really, if you could somehow sneak into the DVC tower, you'd be all set. But I just want to wait till you come back to do that, just because I want to kind of see how you feel.
It's a good idea.
I just feel like comparatively, it'll all be very fresh.
Very
so
fresh.
that'll be coming soon and later, and we'll have some. We needed to do some studio dining reviews and stuff. So plenty of stuff coming forward. So if you are watching this still on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, click that bell. You get notified when any of that content comes out. If you're listening to this, please rate and review the podcast whenever you have that opportunity. It really helps us out. And if you want to reach out and send an email, you can. It's podcast@disunlimited.com. I get those, and I will respond when appropriate. And I think that is going to do it. Let us know other videos you want to see out in the park, here at Walt Disney World, experiences, things like that. We're trying to be out there a little more regularly and just have experiences. Those bookable experiences, that's important too. If there is something that you've been curious about that you know that you can do here at Walt Disney World, let us know, and we'll look into it because that's the theme of this year. I think, for one, personally, I want to do the pontoon boat. I feel like I've been on it once, but I would love to have a nice little lunch out on a pontoon boat before it becomes hotter than the sun.
Good idea.
That's going to do it for us. We will see you again soon with another episode. I hope I have the right outro. Thank you for joining us, everybody.